Good morning and welcome to another Speedieclark production. So today I'm getting ready for a time trial testing. I was supposed to be doing a 10-mile time trial today. However, because of the new team that I'm part of that's launched recently, we didn't get affiliated with the Road Time Trial Council up until just the other week there. So I've missed the actual official entry because my entry would have been rejected without the club stroke team being affiliated. So today I'm going to an old style local course about 50 miles from where I live, and I'm going to do some time trial testing on a time trial bike. As you'll have seen from my previous films, everything's been about the John O'Groats to Land's End relay record, which we successfully completed and done on standard UCI legal road bikes, no aerodynamic advantage, in a time of 43 hours 46 minutes. So now I'm getting back into time trialing. I'm going to kick off the rest of the season. So I had completely leaned down, losing some of my top end power to give me better climbing efficiency for the relay record, over the 43 hours. So now I need to work on getting the power back up and kind of building back into my short distance 10-mile and 25-mile time trials. I'm not a 10-mile time trial specialist. I'm better off in the longer endurance events. However, I want to still get a reasonably good time and get in the top 20 down to the top 10 for the shorter distances. So we'll see how it goes today. I'm going to be experimenting, sticking to a rigid power output, doing a couple of 10-mile time trials. I won't be fully maxing it out, going all out. I'll be sticking to a rigid power setting, and I want to see what the position, saddle height, etc. tweaking will involve, if it's going to make a significant improvement or depend on how I feel on the bike. So we'll get loaded up and we'll catch you shortly. Right, so getting ready to head off to the time trial course. As I say, this isn't it's not a race, it's not an open event. This is about testing. It'll just be, there won't be anyone else on the road unless some cyclists in the area are out for a ride. It's 8:22 a.m. at the moment. Not that I'm making excuses. Well, actually the racing excuses are coming out already. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning to take my wife and daughter to the airport. My wife's flying over to stay with her parents for a couple of weeks holiday. I don't have the luxury for that, unfortunately, because of work and some other commitments. So we'll go on a family holiday later on in the year, which will be awesome, and weekend road trips, which you'll see from some of the posts, films, etc. coming up, touring around Scotland and the camper van, the team Speedy van. So now today I'm not going to be wearing an aerodynamic skin suit. I won't have aero overshoes. I'll be using my standard road helmet, because when I do the time trial I still want to get some form of advantage or feel a bit quicker. So it's not about going all out today, it's just about gauging the effort, getting back into the rhythm. As I was saying, I've completely stripped myself down, leaned right down, lost my top end power, but I've become a better climber, far better climber. But now I want to go back the other way and get my time trialing ability back. I'll be honest, I'm really nervous about the ride today, and the reason being is because time trialing is my thing. Although I've never been a 10-mile specialist, the 25, 50s, 100 miles, I really enjoy those. I consider myself relatively strong. A few years ago, I was actually I won a open 25-mile time trial, and also I placed in the top 4 and a 50-mile time trial with some really very good riders from this country. But that was a wee while ago. I was a little bit younger as well. So getting back into the time trialing now rather than just the big mega endurance events and the standard road bike. So I'm a bit nervous about it, because I know I have lost some of my top end power, especially with my, my FTP tells me that, doesn't lie, power's power. Ironically, I never used to train with power when I time trialed. It was always on feel. So, you know, it's going to be quite interesting. I've been training with power now for the last 2 years. It's been very good. You get a lot of bang for buck. So my time is limited with work life, family balance, etc. So, you know, everything's been quite intense, and, you know, I'll do one endurance ride of over more than 2.5 hours riding time only once a week, and everything else is like an hour to an hour 40 minutes, intervals, etc. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you along the way. Okay, so we've done the time trial testing the aero position. It was okay. I didn't go that well, if I'm being brutally honest. I felt a bit underpowered. The course that I chose, which is the A7, sorry, just the cars up in front. Part of the A74 towards Lockerbie. It was really, I've not ridden on that road for quite a long time, and the road was pretty poor in terms of condition, and you know, it was very bumpy. I was constantly having to watch what I was doing, just because of the poor condition of the road and having the tubs, tubular tyres and the carbon rims. So that wasn't ideal, and there was a lot of like road buzz, but it was okay. My average speed was 24 miles an hour, and I wasn't like flat out. You know, I was testing the position. I didn't have an aero helmet on, I didn't have a skin suit on, I didn't have the aero shoe covers on. You know, so and I wasn't flat out. I think my average heart rate was about 161. So, you know, in a 10-mile time trial, I'd probably be averaging 178 to 180. You know, really going for it. So, you know, so it wasn't. I suppose it wasn't too bad, but you know, I just like to go better, basically, for less effort. So, you know, that's the plan. I do want to make a couple of changes. I wasn't quite happy. I was happy with my arm position, but not quite happy with how the height of where my elbows were. I wish my elbows were a bit lower. So we shall experiment with that, probably on the turbo trainer. Tomorrow I'm going to do like 4.5 hour endurance ride, and Monday's a massage. Tuesday, I have a funeral on Tuesday actually, but then I'll go out on the bike later on, and I'll probably look to smash in another time trial, and then I'm racing a time trial a week today, next Saturday. So I want to do well at it. As I say, 10-mile time trials aren't my speciality, but I want to be as good as I can be at that. I did feel, as I say, underpowered. I feel like I need to get a bit of more power and bulk into my legs, so we'll see how that goes anyway. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned and I will feed back, so catch you later.